Hey everyone, I'm out here in western Washington bear hunting and just wanted to share a little bit with you what I'm doing. I don't know if it's right or wrong or if anyone's got any suggestions for how to do this better, but there's a lot of berries in this area, and so I'm just walking the road, and I usually walk about 50 yards or so and then stop and listen. And that's how I proceed down these roads. And the whole time I look for any signs of bear activity. Lots of berries missing, stumps ripped open, any scat, things like that. I've only been hunting about 4 years now, and I've only been hunting for bears. See, this is my second season I'm starting on hunting for bears, but I always like finding these little guys. I wanted to show you. These are mountain beaver burrows. If you don't know about mountain beaver, you should look them up. They're pretty cool. They're very, not ancient, but they're very primitive. They're pretty awesome. Whenever I'm hunting, but especially for bears, I always try to walk walk with the wind blowing in my face, because they will definitely smell you before they see you. So that's my technique. Can't say it's worked or not worked so far because I've never gotten a bear, but that's mostly what I'm doing. I know it works very well with deer. I've got some scat here that might be bobcat based on the content of it. The blunt ends. See how this one's got very blunt ends. All the end pieces are very blunt, no little tails. And then this one, you can kind of see those segments on it. It's usually cat poop, and it's not super big, maybe about an inch diameter. That's what makes me think it's bobcat. I just found a feather that my daughter will probably like. Looks like a hawk feather. Great condition. This is always a really cool plant. It's I believe it's baneberry, not edible, but really beautiful berries. Very attractive looking. I always want to eat one, but I'm pretty sure they're not good for you. This could be signs of a bear. There's hornet nest bits on the ground. Bears often tear apart hornet nests and eat the grubs. But, raccoons can do that, and some birds can do that, so it's not guaranteed, but it is a possible sign. This is new. This was not here last time. I'm not the only critter to go through here, though. There's some deer poop right there. A little trail. I don't know what everyone thinks about this. This one is either bobcat or coyote. Diameter-wise, it could be either one. For bobcat, it's got those nice little segmented round bits. But then this piece right here, it's got the long taily bit. That's kind of a canine trait there. So, I'm not sure. It's got bones and hair. I'm going to go with bobcat. What do y'all think? Snowshoe hare. Looks somewhat recent. Been eating a lot of dry stuff. It's not super old. This This might be possible damage from a bear. Scrapes on here. You can see these two scrapes there are parallel, like claws on one hand. Bucks also scrape up trees too, and elk, but maybe there's another one on this tree over here. This is older looking, pretty old, but again there's some parallel cuts. Nothing recent. Found some more. What do you think? Bear or buck? Definitely older damage, not super recent. This looks like a serious game trail crossing the road here. Very rutted in on this side. And over here, it goes up here. And I see these like step-like areas here and there. That's something I've often heard associated with bears, is they have like, they kind of stomp in their trails. So maybe a trail used by a bear. It's also very wide for a deer. Going down this very heavily rutted trail. I don't know if it really comes out in the video, but you kind of see how deep it is. And the fir needles haven't covered it up. There's a lot of recent activity on it. It feels wider and stompier than a typical deer trail. I don't know if anyone else has noticed it this year, but the chipmunk and Douglas squirrel population is quite high. They are just everywhere, yelling at me, making me not so sneaky, fighting with each other. There's a nice patch of fireweed here. Fireweed makes really good tea. Plus the bumblebees love it. Last year, there was a lot of bear activity in this area. Lots of stumps flipped, ripped open, logs flipped over. You can see some of the damage from last year, but there's nothing recent. See stuff torn out on the backside there too. Hopefully we find some newer damage soon. This is another spot. Last year I had a lot of bear activity. You can see this tree's all scarred up, but it's healed. Nothing new here. But a lot of these red alders growing on this old road were scarred up. And then there were a lot of logs like this one. They're all flipped and ripped and torn open. You can see that little pocket right there where a big paw was reaching in. There were tunnels going under these trees. The tunnels looked like, you know, kind of like if you were like a person on your hands and knees crawling around, going under these trees. You can see all the wood torn up from last year. Here's another sign of bears. The bases of trees will claw up and they'll harvest sap from. You can see this one's pretty clawed up, and they'll just claw it again and again to keep the sap flowing. I don't think this one's been harvested this year by any bears. You can see a bunch of the sap dripped on the leaves. This was freshly scarred up last year. Trying to see if I can get a view for you. There's these band-tailed pigeons that like to sit up in this really big old dead cedar out in the swamp. Band-tailed pigeons apparently are rare in Washington, but we have lots of them in our area. They're really cool birds. Way up in the head, up there they go. Still in that swamp. You can see the really big cedar there. Band-tailed pigeons are back up in their favorite roost. But Well, that scat that I've been seeing, I said might be bobcat. I've been vindicated. We have pretty fresh bobcat tracks down here. Oh, look at this little guy. Got a little rough-skinned newt. If you're curious about poison water hemlock, this is it. You can see it has smooth stems, and it's got a purple, very carrot-like flower, and it's grown out of swamp, so that makes sense. There's a nice big patch of it. Definitely don't want to eat that. And it doesn't look like anything else wants to, because I don't see any browsing on it. Something got eaten here. Anybody have any guesses? It's very light, fluffy fur. Kind of reminds me of bunny fur. Well, everyone, it's been a pretty good day. Didn't find any signs of bears, but I did see a lot of deer trails. Saw the bobcat prints and scat, and then also saw 3 grouse and 2 cottontail, or no, snowshoe hares. So those were always exciting to see. I like those. But I'll end with this. There's a whole bunch of poo right in this area, and it's all fuzzy. When I squish it, it's like, it's very, I don't know, kind of reminds me of dog poop. And there are dogs nearby, but there is hair in it too. The dogs are usually, I think they're livestock guardian dogs. This one's kind of hard. This is the softest one, but they're all fuzzy. They're very smushy, but there's definitely hair inside, which is kind of coyote-like. I don't know. There's lots. 1, 2, 3, 4, and it's all over the place over here.